you were at Palo Alto Networks building this massive business, 300 million ARR Prisma Cloud business, which was again from the acquisition of your second startup, Redlocks. So what was the moment which defined this conviction that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and build this? And how did you know this market was going to blow up?
We should take the viewers a little bit back and give some of the history. So to your point, I was building a company called Redlock. I had started it in 2015. I had sold it to Palo Alto Networks in 2018. That became the foundation of cloud security in a massively growing market of where people were moving from data centers to AWS, Azure, GCP, and the like. Life was great, hunky-dory. I was building this incredible business. We had gone 0 to 300 million ARR in pre-AI times. I mean, that was unheard of in 3 years. But in 2021, this little incident called SolarWinds happened. And it was branded a software supply chain security incident. But essentially, what it highlighted is thousands of companies that were using software from SolarWinds. When SolarWinds software got compromised, essentially created a ripple effect into every company on the planet that was a SolarWinds customer, including Palo Alto Networks, including our organization. That kind of raised our awareness to say, well, look, if it can happen to them, it can happen to us. Palo Alto Networks was a critical, and is a critical software supplier for tens of thousands of companies out there. And I wanted to make sure within Prisma Cloud too that we were kind of buttoned up and we wouldn't be the next SolarWinds. And as we started digging deeper, that's kind of where this revelation for me came, which is, here we are hiring the best engineers on the planet, doing background checks, rigorous interviews. The goal is like they're going to write great code, but they are relying on 80-90% of the code in our application base was code that wasn't even written by them, that they were quickly picking off the internet. And it's a bit like you've locked your doors, but you've left your windows open in software, which is, we had no vetting process. We had no contracts, no SLAs, because this is open source software. It's like use at your own will. And at the end of the day, we had hundreds of thousands of these alerts of theoretical security problems in this code, but the developers did nothing with it. And when I probed, like, why were we not acting on this data and information from the security tools that were scanning that software, it turned out that 80 to 90% of the results that the security tools were claiming were problems were not real problems. And so then kind of as I peeled the layers of the onion, it kind of became very clear that software security and application security as we knew of it was broken. It was broken because somebody was building software, somebody else was scanning it. The scanning tools did not have the context of the software being built. They were mostly designed for compliance, like, hey, let me just find problems and throw them over the fence back to engineering, and they'll go in a ticket backlog, and maybe somebody will fix them someday. And months and years would go back and nobody would do anything. And when I probed my network, it became clear this is not a specific problem to Palo Alto Networks. This is a universal industry-wide problem. And that took me down the path of saying there's got to be a better way to solve this problem. We did that with cloud security. We created the best platform. We now needed to find a way to actually remove the tax of security and software development. The biggest problem with application security being broken, the reason was the amount of noise there is in the system with, let's say, 500 or 1,000 developers getting 100,000 security notifications of issues in code. And at that point, you just start ignoring all of this. And we had to find a better way to have much higher precision in what we were finding. We needed to make sure we can back it by evidence so developers know it's a real problem. And we needed to go take it all the way to not just detect and report, but to fix. And that's essentially the genesis of Endor Labs and what we deliver for our customers, which is on average, when customers move from existing tools to Endor Labs for securing their software, we will typically reduce the volume of issues we find by about 92%, and will help them fix it 4 to 6 times faster than they previously have been.